President, Mr. Shailesh, Professor Vijichari, and all other distinguished professors, distinguished audience, members of the media and press, and most importantly, all the graduates getting coronated today. I am delighted and privileged to be amidst these blossoming flowers of life, whose petals are in the pleasant colors that the most beautiful butterflies would envy. At the outset, let me congratulate all of you for all that you achieved on this illustrious Sivani campus. I also congratulate the faculty and staff who should be feeling equally proud of seeing you transcending to a different territory. When Dr. Chari called on me on the morning of 16th of this month to adorn this dais, I instantaneously accepted the invitation, for it is a great honor to be in this Hall of Fame of Sivani Institute alongside giants like Bharat Ratna, Dr. Abdul Kalam, who ignited the minds of youth and scientists alike. I also realize the responsibility to share with you such lessons of life that you would love to hear. If it is my parents who taught me love and affection, it is my gurus who made me stern as tough. I shall invoke my parents and gurus on this illustrious occasion and their blessings before I call upon you to do all that you wanted to do after you leave the campus. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. I was wondering what you would love to hear for the next few minutes from me, different from what you have been listening during the last 2 years on this campus. I thought the choices made in my life at different points of time could be of great interest to you. You are today fortunate to stand in the midst of an intersection that takes you to the roads leading to join a job or setting up an enterprise that creates the jobs. All of you are at a point of inflection that I was 5 decades ago, holding a postgraduate degree with distinction and a gold medal from in economics for 4 years by then. Little did I know of opportunities abroad, and even if I had known, there was no way I could aspire with no physical or financial assets to support such ambitions. As the eldest child of the largest family, I had to supplement my parents' income to run the family. After a year of intense preparation for competitive avenues, I was every day waiting for the postman to arrive with some good news, having seen my result in the press for civil services and the SBI probationary officers. The day arrived and the postman delivered 3 covers at a time, and I opened the first cover. It related to the probationary officer's post in the SBI, requiring me to appear for a medical test before the bank's authorized physician at Visakhapatnam. The second one, final selection, asking me to report at the National Police Academy, Mount Abu, those days, for training. And the third one, an invitation to join the post of the coveted research officer in the DCM Limited, Delhi. I took all the offer letters to my father, seeking his advice. He just brushed aside, telling, "My job is over. It is for you to choose." Among the 3, the most paying in those days was the last one, namely the research officer in the DCM Limited. The least paying was that of civil services, but most charming, as your shouts itself indicate. I opted to take the front foot to the civil services, only to back off in a fortnight. I joined the State Bank of India. During the service in SBI, instead of chanting the Panchakshari mantra, CAIID, Certified Associate of the Indian Institute of Bankers, I prefer to do a PhD. I enjoyed my profession, maybe because success embraced me. During my tenure in the bank, thanks to my teacher and well-wisher, Sri B.N. Yugandhar, father of the present legendary figure of Microsoft, Mr. Satyanarayana, I went on deputation to the LBS National Academy of Administration, Mussoorie, as Professor of Economics for a couple of years, where nearly 500 civil servants were trained during that period. This period was as much teaching as learning for me, because it opened up new vistas and picked up my passion for research and articulation. Remember, I left off this research option. With about 3 decades of distinguished career in the bank, I left the service voluntarily with no VRS benefit, and it was my academic instinct that took me to Administrative Staff College of India. Now, my well-meaning friends say that had I continued in IPS, I may have been a governor of the state. Others say, had I continued in the bank, I would have been either chairman of the bank or even governor of the bank. And some others say, with my keenness in research, I would have been chairing the planning commission or the president of the IO. If that got to be your position, I am unsure as to what you would have opted if you were in my position. In retrospect, however, I would say that I had no occasion to regret for any of my choices at any point of time. Since you are all at the point of inflection right now, the choices are many and opportunities to be plenty. Choose the option but never regret. The Just for Life is just beginning to unfold before you, and you are in a land of growing opportunities. On the campus, you had all the joy of gossip into filmy dialogues, watching Virat Kohli hit a double ton again and again, or Ashwin setting up new records and twisting his hand to the exit of his opponents, or teasing each other on a silly joke. If you did not indulge in such mirth, you would have missed the precious youth. But if you continue the same, you would miss the future. You need to take the lead in telling about our culture, our custom, and our history. The whole world is looking at India. India is a nation of youth and energy, and India a future for the entire world. India is the only country which has democracy, demographic dividend and demand, and it is currently on smoothening its road to the ease of doing business. Talking of entrepreneurship, starting small like Nirma is never a bad option, for it provides learning lessons at least expense and growing faster through experimenting on new strategies. I know that several of you qualified in on-campus selections or take positions, or you must have already taken positions in the industry. There could be innovative few of you waiting to be part of Make in India as a startup searching for new fortunes. I cannot but recall Steve Jobs, whose Apple phone or Mac notebook may be in your hands right now. You have to find what you love and keep doing things that you love. But the fire and enthusiasm in you shall never be killed. Quite a few of you may have come from villages. You may want to do something to those hapless people in villages who have all along been victims of petty politics. But when you want to breathe fresh air, you have to go to such villages. Rural India is today the cynosure of investors. Innovative enterprises in rural areas has immense potential for success. Such success may not be as instantaneous as a job fetching you 6 to 8 lakhs per annum, but it has its charm and it has its glorious future. This is an exciting time for leaders and entrepreneurs in our country. The country's policy framework is more federal than before. During 90s, we embraced liberalization, privatization and globalization, and the mantra was compete or perish. Today, the mantra is co-opetition, cooperation plus competition for sustainability. You compete but cooperate with the competitor. You collaborate and add value to whatever you do, provided it does not cut into your principles. Make mega beautiful. You are increasingly finding that firms are growing but jobs are declining because all believe in automation, innovation and cost reduction. Each app on the mobile is an instrument of innovation. The creator is happy when the market accepts it. The user is happy when he sees value in it. But the creator realizes soon that it threw off many out of the jobs. Therefore, you need to run time's opportunity as a fit time. You are fortunate because now it is truly a fit time for you. You just have to have courage and patience, plan and progress. The timing is perfect because I see more and more people standing against corruption and evil designs than in the preceding 5 years. When you are competing with 10 other equals, you compromise on remuneration. More importantly, many of those realize that ultimately those who do only what they please to do are seldom pleased with what they do. New horizons are being explored by such persons, and this is encouraging. Here, I feel like recalling the last day speech of John Kennedy before he was assassinated. We in the country, in this generation, are by destiny rather than by choice, the watchmen of the walls of world freedom. We ask, therefore, that we may be worthy of the power and the responsibility, that we may exercise our strength with wisdom and restraint, that we may achieve in our time and all times the ancient vision of peace on earth, goodwill towards men. That must always be our goal, and the righteousness of our call must always underlie our strength. For, as it was written long ago, except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh in vain. It aptly applies to us in India at this moment. Financial Times London just carried a beautiful article 5 days ago, which business people would make good world leaders? Which business people will make good world leaders? Sir Richard Branson, a person with no financial formal education, built his business empire from relatively humble beginnings. He combines eco-aspirations with pushing the boundaries of innovation while giving his highly skilled employees the autonomy and support to succeed. Bill Gates, Michael Bloomberg, Indra Nuyoni, Yuan Shomar, or the other leaders that figure in the article. At home, you have very tall leaders like Narayan Murthy of Infosys or B. Mohan Reddy, former President NAFSCOM, close at home. The diploma you are proudly carrying with you from today is the product of knowledge or jnana. Prajna or skill can be developed depending on where you work. But pravruti or attitude, the right one, is possible only when you put ethics in front of knowledge and skills. But what is this ethics I am talking of? Ethics is deciding between right and wrong. But ethical dilemma is in choosing between right and right. It is the ethics in love and affection. You should be sincere in love and deep in affection. The spouse that comes into your life may know you no more than the fun and frolic you had time and occasion to share or the physical attraction. Life lies in compromises generated out of affection. The hollowness of life is at once gone the moment you share the sorrows and joys alike. Successful partners at home have never failed in their partnerships in firms or as directors. Therefore, success begins at home. Loving parents and loving spouse making you the best partner of a firm or best director in a company because you never carry the problems of home to your work situation. I would only cite a few things that you need to avoid so that you pick up the right things that come your way. What you should avoid: taking things that don't belong to you, saying things that you know are not true, giving or allowing false impressions, buying influence or engaging in conflict of interest, hiding or divulging information, taking unfair advantage, committing acts of decadence, perpetuating interpersonal abuse, violating rules and condemning unethical action. Upanishads are our treasure. I am tempted to refer to a psalm from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, when translated into English, reads like this, quote, "Where learning is not realized as self, such learning lasts. Where power is not realized as self, such power cannot stay. Like waters merging in the sea, all colors merge in the sense of sight. Sounds merge in the sense of hearing. Odors merge in the sense of smell. Flavors merge in the sense of taste. Felt sensations merge in touch. Actions merge in motivation. All expressions merge in meaning, thoughts and ideas merge in mind. And all feelings merge in the heart. All mind and sense and all objects they perceive are formed from changing elements. In course of time, they all must change and pass away. Wherever knowledge is attained, no such perceptions can remain." Unquote. I also allude to Jnana Yoga of Bhagavad Gita that says, "Karmanya karmayah pascheda, karmani karmayah, sabuddhiman manusheshu, saitah krustakya karmakut." This means that your ability to see the wrong in the right and right in the wrong would make you intelligent, and all of you are intelligent, eligible for bliss and perform ethical acts. If you live each day that it would be the last day, you will do all that you can do before the day ends. So you learn to live in the present to embark on an exciting future. And yes, the future is uncertain, for you know not the reward of uncertainty. You now hold in your hands information and inspiration that will unlock the treasures you seek for tomorrow in tomorrow's life. Instead of focusing your energy, as most of us do, on what goes wrong, redirect that energy towards a positive outcome in both work and family relationships. Make ethics as a permanent platform to climb the ladder of success, when the success will truly bring happiness. All successful persons may not be the happiest lot, but all happy persons are definitely successful. I wish all of you the best in careers, happiness in life, and excellence in pursuit. Thank you very much.